Hello and welcome to Rouse IAS. This is the Daily Films Practice Initiative, and here we discuss important MCQs from The Hindu and Indian Express. The topics for today's discussion are mentioned over your screen. So let's begin our session.
So the first MCQ for today is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 1 of The Hindu. The Prime Minister of India inaugurated the 200th birth anniversary celebrations of Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati. Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati was an Indian philosopher and social reformer who was born in the year 1824 in Gujarat. As UPSC has time and again asked questions regarding various personalities related to Indian national movement and also various social reformers. As we can see, in the year 2016, we found a question on Kesav Chandra Sen. So let us solve a question on Swami Dayanand Saraswati. The practice question states that with reference to social reformer Swami Dayanand Saraswati, consider the following statements. Statement 1. He founded Arya Samaj to spread the ideals of Vedanta philosophy and annihilate the caste system. This statement is incorrect. This is because though Swami Dayanand Saraswati founded Arya Samaj, but it was to spread the ideals of Vedas or the Vedic philosophy and not that of Vedanta philosophy. He founded Arya Samaj in the year 1875 with a major aim to spread the ideals of Vedic philosophy and annihilate the caste system in India and also for the unification of India among others. The second statement is DAV schools was set up to provide blend of modern education with Indian culture. Now this is a correct statement. So after the death of Swami Dayanand Saraswati, to pay him a tribute, DAV schools were set up. DAV stands for Dayanand Anglo-Vedic Schools. So as the name implies, these schools were set up to provide a blend of modern education with an essence of Indian culture. The third statement is he wrote Satyarth Prakash to propagate his philosophy. Now this is a correct statement. Along with Satyarth Prakash, some important books written by him include Sanskar Vidhi and Rigved Bhashma. So the correct answer to this question is option D, that is 2 and 3 only, and the correct answer to our PYQ is option B. The next MCQ is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 4 of The Hindu. The article talks about violation of norms and rampant illegal mining of minor minerals in a district of Odisha. UPSC in the previous year 2019 had asked a question on minor minerals. So let us solve our practice question which states that consider the following statements regarding mining in India. Statement 1. The classification of minerals in India under the MMDR Act 1957, that is Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act, is based on their quantum or level of production. Now this is an incorrect statement. So you must be aware that MMDR Act is the principal legislation that covers the mineral and mining sector in India. So this act has classified some minerals as major and others as minor minerals. But this classification of minerals is not because of their levels of production, but because of their end use. End use means the ultimate use of that mineral. The second statement is the 2021 amendment to the MMDR Act provides for captive mines to sell produce in the open market. Now this is a correct statement. So captive mines are those mines which are exclusively owned by any company. Now prior to this amendment, the captive mines used to consume the minerals produced by them. But after the 2021 amendment to the Minerals and Mines Development and Regulation Act, these captive mines, after their use, they can sell the excess produce in the open market. So let us know about minor minerals. The MMDR Act is a principal legislation that governs the mineral and mining sector in India. Minor minerals are declared by the central government under the section 1A of the MMDR Act. So what are minor minerals? They can include building stones, gravel, clay and ordinary sand. Central government by its notification in the official gazette can declare any mineral as minor mineral. And apart from these minerals which are mentioned in the MMDR Act, there are some other minerals which the central government has declared as minor minerals. They include boulder, shingle, pebbles, limeshell, concord, brick earth, marble, among others. So the correct answer to this question is option B, that is 2 only, and the correct answer to our PYQ is option A. So the next MCQ for today is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 9 of The Hindu. So as per this article, Apple is planning to shift to micro LED display technology, and this is being considered as the next big transition in display technology. So UPSC has time and again asked question related to latest technologies. Like in 2020, we found a question on carbon nanotubes. So let us solve our practice question, which states that consider the following statements with reference to micro LEDs. Statement 1. Micro LEDs are self-illuminating diodes that produce colors without backlighting. Now this is a correct statement, as micro LEDs are self-illuminating diodes and they do not require backlighting to produce colors. The second statement is micro LEDs use tiny subpixels made from organic emissive materials. Now this is an incorrect statement. This is because micro LED use tiny subpixels which are made from inorganic emissive materials. Organic emissive materials are used by OLEDs. OLEDs are organic light emitting diodes. The third statement is they are brighter and provide better color reproduction than OLED display technology. Now this is a correct statement. This is because as compared to OLED display technology, micro LEDs are brighter and provide better color reproduction. Now let us understand a few facts regarding micro LEDs. Micro LED is a next generation emissive display technology that is superior to the now used OLED display technology. So what are LEDs? LED is a light emitting device that is a semiconductor device which produces light when electric current flows through it. So LEDs were an advancement over LCDs. LCDs stand for liquid crystal display. So these LCDs were not self-illuminating, but these micro LEDs are self-illuminating. That is, they can produce colors without backlighting or color filters. And these micro LEDs are an advancement over organic LEDs. Organic LEDs use tiny subpixels which are made from organic emissive materials, but micro LEDs use inorganic LED structure, and because of which there are several advantages of micro LEDs over organic LEDs. These include increased brightness, longer lifespan, lower power consumption, lower response time, and limitless scalability, as it can be freely resized in any form. But some challenges persist. These are higher cost and technical difficulties in building micro LEDs. Hence, the correct answer to our practice question is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. And the correct answer to our UPSC PYQ is option C. So our next MCQ is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 12 of Indian Express. So as per this article, custom officers in Sri Lanka have seized some star tortoises. UPSC has repeatedly asked questions regarding some important species. As in 2020, we saw a question on Indian elephants. Now let us solve our practice question, which states that with reference to Indian star tortoise, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Indian star tortoise is a medium-sized tortoise endemic to the Indian Ocean. Now this is an incorrect statement. This is because the medium-sized tortoise is endemic to Indian subcontinent. It is found in India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. It is not just confined to Indian Ocean. The second statement is, it has been categorized as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List. Now, this is a correct statement, as IUCN status for Indian star tortoise is vulnerable. The third statement is, the species is the single most confiscated species of tortoise or freshwater turtle in the global illegal wildlife trade. Now, this is also a correct statement, as this species is the most confiscated species of tortoise or freshwater turtle in global illegal wildlife trade. Indian star tortoise is endemic to Indian subcontinent. It is found in western India, in extreme southeast of Pakistan, in the Indian states of Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, as well as in Pakistan, that is in the extended portion of Thar Desert, in the states of Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and also in Sri Lanka. The IUCN status of this turtle is vulnerable and it is included in the Schedule 4 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The major threats to this turtle is illegal collection, habitat loss, accidental killings. Hence, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 2 and 3 only. And the correct answer to our UPSC PYQ is option A. So our next MCQ is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 14 of Indian Express. This article is about Article 105 which deals with the parliamentary privileges given to the member of parliaments. UPSC in the previous year 2019 had asked a question on Article 142. So let us solve this question, which states that consider the following statements with respect to parliamentary privileges under Article 105. The first statement is immunity under Article 105 does not extend to any non-member who speaks in the House. Now this is an incorrect statement. This is because this immunity can also be extended to certain non-members. They include the Attorney General of India and also to a minister who may not be a member of parliament but speaks in the House. So parliamentary privileges under Article 105 can be some powers and privileges of the House of Parliament, its members or its committees. That is, there shall be freedom of speech in the parliament and the member of parliaments are exempted from any legal action for any statement made or any action done in the course of their duties in parliament. The second statement is it covers discussion in parliament regarding the conduct of any judge of the Supreme Court or of a High Court in the discharge of his duties. Now this is also an incorrect statement. This is because Article 121 of the Constitution prohibits any discussion in the parliament regarding the conduct of any judge of the Supreme Court or a High Court in discharge of his duties. But the exception is that except upon a motion for presenting an address to the President praying for the removal of that judge. The third statement is MPs could claim immunity from prosecution before a criminal court on charges of bribery related to parliamentary proceedings under Article 105 Section 1 and 105 Section 2. Now this is a correct statement. So under these articles, any member of parliament can claim immunity from prosecution before a criminal court on charges of bribery and ordinary laws cannot be applied for his prosecution. Now as the question asked which of the statement given above is or are incorrect. So the correct answer would be option C, as statement 1 and 2 are incorrect, and the correct answer to our PYQ is option B. So the final MCQ for today is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 11 of Indian Express. The article talks about absence of regulation, poor unionization and power imbalance that leave domestic workers at the mercy of their employers. So among other things, it also talks about International Labour Organization Convention number 189. UPSC in the previous year 2018 had asked questions about ILO Convention 138 and 182. Now let us solve our practice question which states that consider the following statements regarding International Labour Organization's Convention 189. Statement 1. The convention applies to certain categories of domestic workers. Now this statement is incorrect as ILO Labour Convention number 189 applies to all domestic workers. The second statement is one of the rights given to workers is weekly rest of at least 24 consecutive hours. Now this is a correct statement. Under this convention, there is a provision of weekly rest to the domestic workers for at least 24 consecutive hours. The third statement is most countries around the globe are party to the convention. Now this is also an incorrect statement. This is because even after 11 years of the adoption of this convention, the convention was adopted in 2011. Only 35 countries at present have ratified this convention. And you should remember that India is not party to this convention. Now as the question asked, which of the statement given above are incorrect? So the correct answer would be option C, that is 1 and 3 only. And the correct answer to our UPSC PYQ is option A. So this brings an end to today's session. Stay connected for more video updates.